thing that I do need to do. Check something here really quick. Okay, it doesn't look like that my music player is plugged in. Fix that really quick. Okay, now we're mounted. Unfortunately, I have to mute the music portion of the stream, otherwise I will get flagged. Oh, here we go. It's like, where's the window? At least it still remembers where it used to be. Good. I have to mute the desktop. Sorry about that. A lot of Soundgarden songs. I haven't listened to that in a while. I think... Okay. Hard to tell if that particular person has been on my stream the entire time or if they just joined. How is OBS doing? Doing alright. Okay. Let's do... Okay. Not particularly worried about that on account of the fact that my local database config is blocked off from being listened to by anything but the local host. So we're just going to go ahead and add it. There's no password to be hacked. Alright. Laravel 5. um, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy Bootstrap, among other things, over from the other directory for my Rudiment project. So is there anything else to that? Well, we had npm, Bootstrap, alright, that's all fine. Ooh. So I did forget one thing, because the project did come along with some edit JS app.js. Alright, these are all, I can delete all this. Oops. Ah! I didn't even save a session file, damn it. Hey. And select font. Boom. Alright. CD var ww task. Nope. We'll keep that. Alright. Okay. Where's the pause button? Alright. I'll be right back. back. Let's bring the music back. Okay. So we got our little framework going here. Let's JS app.js. Yeah. All right. I think the first thing we want to do is let's bring up our requirements document here. I'm not going to show this on screen because I don't want this could be in use by somebody else, and I don't want them to like cheat. um, so I'm going to do everything here. This is going to like demonstrate RESTful API. I'm going to learn a little bit about the response object. Been a while since I've touched this. Basic responses. Okay, so we're going to create an endpoint. That is going to be in routes. Yeah, that might be it. Session state, CR, CSRF protection, and more. Does Laravel contain a REST? Okay. So task controller make PHP artisan make controller. We'll call it task controller. Alright, let's go ahead and do that, but we're not going to call it photo controller, obviously. So artisan make controller dash dash resource. Alright, let's do it in here. www HTML task local PHP artisan make controller, and we're going to call it task resource controller dash dash resource, because we will make another controller called task controller that's going to handle the front end. So alright, let us nope. Is it just controllers? No. App resources. Resources? Nope. It is an app, isn't it? HTTP. Ah, here it is. I knew it was in here somewhere. Yeah, there we go. Task resource controller. Boom. Kind of feel like this did a lot of work for me here. No, I mean, I just set up the scaffolding pretty much, which is fine. And then we're going to call it get checkout restful. So get push, and it's going to say no, if you want to do the set ets upstream, and it's like, all right, fine. Okay. All right. Added resource controller for RESTful interface, we'll call it. Oh, they have different endpoints for create and edit. I usually have them on the same endpoint. That's right. Okay. So far, so good. And then we need to register the routes. This must go in the routes.php file. See if this works. And we're going to call this. All right. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to call this. All right, routing. All right, so it is. We're just going to call it rest. Not exactly giving it its own namespace, although that would be the most ideal situation here. Alright. Let's load up our page. It did not break. Oh, hey, you know, it would be nice. Let's use a real tool here. Alright, go to apps. Postman. You have to open up a new window to do that, by the way. It was kind of weird. Okay. It does not give a really good interface. I don't think there's a way to expand. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and Postman task. Oh, and we got an error. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, here we go. Not found. The page you are looking for cannot be found. Ah. Okay, so if we go back to here, return, it worked. Boom. Heck yeah. Alright. No. Sweet. Laravel made this a little bit too easy. I mean, that's okay. So let's go ahead and let's look at our requirements. Let's see what columns we need for our individual tasks here. Hey, you got a new notebook. I'm running out of space in this one. All right. Hey, Great Justice Games. How are you doing? Oh, sorry. You chatted at me like 10 minutes ago. My apologies. I am doing a project, a little testing project here, and I'm just kind of getting all the scaffolding set up and um, for the most part. And tomorrow I will start working on the actual coding portion. I had a job interview today, so I was gonna get started in this earlier today, but job interview. So says, "Oh, you're fine. You're quite ill. Ooh, have you got like a flu or something like that?" All right, here we go. So we want a description field. Uh, task state. Maybe that should be a separate table. The information related to the tasks. To create a list that can house tasks. So list, and that's a join. User, that's also a join. I think we're going to need a name. So the description will be well, they'll both be varchar, probably 255, I don't care. Oh, as a user, they want to be able to. Oh, multiple lists. So lists will contain multiple tasks, and tasks will contain multiple lists. That's a separate join table altogether. You get to do a join table. Nice. All right. So basically, out of this database is going to be pretty simple. We already have our user table, so we're going to add a list table, a list join table, and a task state table. Okay. Okay. No idea, but fever in the triple digits currently. Kind of does sound like you got a flu. Flus are usually what get you the fever up that high. Drink plenty of liquids, and if it gets too high, don't be afraid to contact the emergency room. You don't want to mess around with high body temperatures. I love dependency injection. Excuse me. I suppose I could have muted that. I'm gonna have to mute that. God, I did that earlier today. I was on the phone with the guy interviewing with me. He talked for like a good 15 minutes. I'm just sitting there like completely silent on the phone. I just have, I have my headphones on and plug it into the jack of my phone just so I don't have plug it pressed up against my ear the entire time. I'm just sitting there listening, 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 and then I started saying like the second sentence to come out of my mouth, all of a sudden like this frog caught my throat. I couldn't find the mute button at all, so I'm like, sorry, I have to cough. All right. Okay, I'm just reading up on all this. Um, I want to read up in response objects here really quick. Oh, I really like this. Laravel's got like a lot of really awesome built-in. Let's try this. return a JSON object. Undefined variable, so it's not in there. It must be only on the route that I can do that. It's on the way down though, so that's good. Well, good to hear it. Oh, response is a method. That's what it is. Okay, it should work. Let's go ahead. And hey, that's nice. Wow. Okay, well, that makes things a lot easier. My phone sometimes thinks that I'm talking to it, and I really should change uh, the trigger word that I use. So right now it's OK Google. Search for bananas. Never mind. Alright, so we now know how to, and I'll just, we're not going to keep that in there. We know how to do it now. This is going to be really trivial. Makes things a lot easier. So now that I know how to do that, what I can now do is should I set up the model? Let's see. So let's see, Laravel. Uh, oh, database seeding. Interesting. All right. And all this does is, okay. I'm not going to put two classes in the same PHP file. That's a little crazy. Let's go ahead and seed our user table just a little bit. So, how are we looking here? We did have to modify routes. Let's comment routes. Alright. Oops. There we go. And let's follow the same ridiculous. Yeah. I am not a big fan of that commenting style, but we'll have to work with it. Yank. Oops. Paste. And ah. Alright. Alright. I'm sure you saw it earlier, but what am I working on? Okay, so I'm working. There's an assessment test that I am working on. I am applying for a couple of different positions actually, and they are both requiring me to write some sample code. This one is supposedly going to be a 3-hour project, but I think it's going to be a little bit more because I'm actually kind of going through a learning curve on Laravel right now. Laravel is making life a little bit easier, but I'm just having to go through and learning it. So I'll be spending some time doing that. I heard a ding! And the next project that I am doing is going to be more of a straightforward PHP test. So, ding! What we got here? We go, hey, Chris, I see. Yes, yes, I have been busy, Chris. Very, very busy. uh, Even if I had some downtime from the job search, I'd just been like, I don't want to do anything too technical, so I just ended up playing Dwarf Fortress, which is kind of funny because Dwarf Fortress is actually a really hard game. It's like, ding, happy Christmas. Yes, Merry Christmas to you as well too. Working on a Laravel project for a job interview application kind of deal. I don't need that. All right. All right. Let's go ahead. Get registered RESTful routes. You can tell I don't have any music playing. I do have music playing. It's in my headphones, but it's not on the stream itself. For pretty much the same reason that Jasmine Colors does not play music on her stream. Our YouTube videos just kept getting flagged like crazy. So rather than take the risk and have like our YouTube account standings uh, uh, put in jeopardy, I'm just saying, all right, no music. If you want to listen to music, put on your own headphones and turn on iTunes or something. If anybody's curious, I'm listening to Prince Rama right now. Band from Brooklyn, I think they are. Kind of a new wave, New wave band. That's cool. I likes it that way. Yeah, it makes it nice too because then, like, if you go to my history, you can actually hear me say things. I love to be able to play some background music. I mean, I think that'd be awesome because then people wouldn't like jump on it and just hear me mumbling all the time. There'd be some sort of entertainment value, but that's just not meant to be, I guess. We were gonna go ahead and set up the migrations here. Well, I already have a create users table. Let's go ahead and take a look at the existing ones. It's in database migrations. Oh, that's a nice little template to go from. And we'll just we're gonna just copy the whole thing, paste. All right. Now here we will do. Okay. And we're sticking to a generic name here because this is like a very, very. Okay. Lists name. Okay, we're gonna have to have a user ID associated with that, but let's go ahead and rename this. All right. So we got an ID, a name, timestamps. Let's see here, schema. I think we want to do foreign keys. There we go. Preferences on. All right. Integer. Oh, hey, nope, 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 nope. And that's how I do that. All right. I like Eloquent. It's a little kind of strange in some ways, but all right. User ID, references, ID on user. Let's do this. And then on delete, we'll do cascade. Okay. Let's see if this guy works. Okay. Is it Parson? Oh, I could have just as easily. Well, let's actually do that. Let's run here. Here you go. Tab new. All right. Oops. 1G G. Oops. 1G V G. Yank. We'll just paste you in here. I just heard another ding here. Okay, going into chat mode. Not a problem. So now here it says make migration. We'll call it create lists table. So we'll go into here. Artisan make dash migration. make lists table. Dash dash create equals lists. All right. Oh, look at that. Let's take a look at this. Get diff. Let's see what that changed. That was a big change. Data load class map. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and modify that particular file. Let's use a consistent naming convention. Okay. Okay. Everything else appears to be good. Close. Alright. Okay, Pavlin, how do I structure my files in views? Right now, I'm not doing views. I am doing just controller work because I'm just working on the RESTful API. But otherwise, it's going to be a pretty flat structure. This is a really rudimentary assessment task that I'm doing for a job that I'm applying for. So, apologize if I didn't apply or answer your question earlier. I think he's already left. Okay. Right. Let's see here. So PHP artisan migrate. Let's run it. I misspelled foreign. Was it the on delete? Oh, that's because derp. All right, let's try that again. All right. Okay. Now we create a new table. Our join table. Now we're just going to call it tasks to lists. And this being a join table, there will be should I have timestamps for the join table? It's not part of the requirements. It would be useful to be able to track when something was added, but it's not necessary. Oh, I just noticed I still had my away message set. So to make this happen, we're going to need there won't be a user's ID. Let's just add these. There'll be a task ID and a list ID. All right. And then down here we will add our relations, our foreign key definitions. And we will not do an on-delete cascade for this. This is going to be for task. And then we will do the same thing for lists. And thus we have created I think I need. Yeah, I need. I'm a dummy. I have to. All right, we'll do the same thing we did previously. We're just going to go tab new. All right, we'll close this. Uh, okay. All right. Oh nope, we don't actually. We can't even do that yet either. Well, yeah, we probably status RM. So I got to create a states table before I create the tasks table. So and get checkout minus F. Boom. All right. I did it from the wrong directory. Well, it's fine. States. All right. Be right back. I'm back. Alright. That's a create list table, so alright, tab new, edit. States. Don't need timestamps. Up. And then table. So just string. So just plain old varchar. Or string, yeah, it is just string. The status of the state just needs an ID. Okay. So let's check the requirements document, see if there's any kind of weird thing with regards to state. As a user, you should be able to change the state of the task. Open, completed, to do, doing, and done. Alright. Alright, we should be able to PHP artisan create, make, migrate. Okay, got our states table, and okay, git add. Alright. Now we can create our tasks. Keep doing that in the wrong. Alright. Okay. Let's just okay. Definitely not. Alright. That's on states. I did these. We just need text. Alright. So we got description, which is the text. Name is a string. The user and the test states are joined to the table, and we have a separate join table for the lists. Okay. And finally, we do the one last thing. Two lists. Two lists. Okay. Now, okay, that should do it. Nice. That takes care of that. Let's go ahead. All right. Um, we're gonna need to seed some data here. specifically states and users. The rest we can create through the app, so that's what we're going to do. Migrations and seeding. Database/seeds. Let's close this really quick. Okay. Oh, I see what that. I'm like, wait, what was that? Oh, yeah. Alright, so if I want to be absolutely correct about this, let's do this the right way. User table seeder.php. Okay. And they both extend seeder. Good. Okay. I think I'm going to skip to the end of the song here. Alright. Alright. DB table users. Alright. Kind of fascinated by that. So why did it make me do that? All right. So user create. So John Doe. Let's see what I never. Oh wait, derp. Oh, hold on a sec. Rose City was a still a town. Users. All right, there we go. Name, email, and password. So just name an email. All right, we'll do that. And it should automatically find it because it's in the same directory. db/seed. Forgot how to do this. PHP include file from same directory. Okay. See if this works. I don't know if this will work. Line 7. Oh, alright, try that again. Alright, this is kind of frustrating because I know I've done this before. Rudiments. This is in a controller. It was app/user. Alright. But did it? It did. Okay. Yuck. But, oh well. It works. So we got that going. Let's go ahead and edit. Alright. And we just do basically the same thing. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna just copy the whole file over. Right, task, table seeder. Alright, and what were the 5 statuses? Open, completed. So open, completed, to do, well, there's, okay. How about we do, yeah, there's a typo in here. All right, so open, completed. Well, to do is the same thing. Why don't we call it in progress, all right? And then canceled, and then reopened. We got 5 states. So open, completed, in progress, canceled, and reopened. Hmm. Did it not create the... What happened to the models? Okay, we already got that down. Okay. Hey, more level. Hey, Scribblord McBad, how's it going? My apologies, I am trying to figure this thing out. We got quite a few people on here. Second, the reliable instance. Well, this is something I've never really been successful in ever in my attempts. It doesn't like me. Well, not fully successful. Nathan G712. It's not too hard. You just got to get a Composer installed, and then once you get Composer installed, it's pretty easy. It's just you run a few commands and it just does it. Well, I suppose then you have to start mucking around with your htaccess file, which is another story altogether. But Okay. So I'm missing something really stupid. App task not found, obviously, because there is no app task. So yank. Yeah, let's actually do this. Copy, paste. Yep, syntax error, unexpected 15. Query builder create. Migrations and seedings. Yeah, so let's see here. I am missing something really stupid here. So Laravel, create a model from database. Well, for one thing, I've been doing this wrong. Ah, okay, now it's clear to me. Okay, I'm a dumbass. So we want to make model. We've already got our table, so it's all set up. Beautiful. All right, state extends model now. Okay. No. All right then. Yes, 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 yes. Try that again. No. Yes, 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 yes. use app state. Okay, see if this works. Oh, hey, we got a non-component name task table seeder. Yeah, well, that would be a problem. How do I suppress that? That's in at the model level. Is that going to blow up? Oh, that worked. Boom. We got it. Hey. We are seeding data. Alright, so that fixes that problem. Ah, here we go. Public timestamps is equal to that. Alright, that actually answered my question. Protected table, because the next one is kind of goofy because the join table not going to be covered exactly the same as the other tables. But let's go ahead. Alright. And let's add our lists. make model list. And then task to list. Let's go ahead, tab new, edit, local app, lists. That looks good. Tab new, edit, local app, task to list. Alright, this one. Public. Oops. That's a keyword, not a variable. False. And then protected. I don't know why that's protected. Seems kind of weird. Table. Oh, shoot. List is a reserved keyword. I should have thought of that. Fudge. Okay, well, let's think about this here. So mv app list and PHP to app list PHP. Right. And now let's go edit. And then protected table is equal to lists. There we go. That should do it. Let's run our seed. Okay. I don't even know if that would even actually ping it, but oops. Thought dash A would have gotten everything, but apparently not. Okay. Yeah, I have a sneaking suspicion that this assessment is going to take a little bit more than 3 hours, just because I kind of took on a lot of the tasks. And also, I'm using Laravel, which I'm kind of rusty with, so. But, it's past 5 o'clock. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this project up tomorrow. I'll have the RESTful interface completed, and then I will get the front end done as well, too. And that'll take me a few hours, I think, because I've already got the models already set up now, so. It's gonna be an interesting thing. Another thing that I might have to think about doing is user authentication. I might have to muck around with that tomorrow as well too. Or I'll muck around with it tonight. Kind of tired today though. Decisions, decisions. Hmm. Maybe I should set it up. There's a scaffolding, isn't there? Let's just see here. Let's just see what is out there. Authorization. Scaffolding. Hey, there we go. Oh. Oh, 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 oh. Hey, I can do this the quick and dirty way because it's just not a part of a requirement that I provide authentication or authorization. This is a really dumb application. Oh, this is bad. No, you don't want to do this for a stateless API. Oh no. You want to generate a token. Don't pass credentials every time. Um, let's try login using ID. So, there, val find user by email. And that's going to be nope, that's not what I wanted. So this is the problem is I don't, let's see, eloquent, let's do eloquent find where. Alright. Okay, that does work. Alright, that's what I kind of thought it was. But let's go back to our controller. Alright. User equals use app user. Alright. Find. Oh, is it where and then find? Where. Oh, okay, where something first. Alright, where. John Doe at test.com first. The chain, I always do that. Let's see. And then return user name. So that should, let's go back to Postman. Send John Doe. Excellent. And now to auth login user. Try it. Oh, hold on a sec. It's going to be user login. That should work because I think that is a child. Did not like that preview. Okay, I kind of screwed up. Let's see. It seems off. Let's see here. Okay. Interesting. Well, so this. Of course, it's going to say there's no such thing as auth. Yeah, auth not found. Documentation is wrong. Use auth. That's it. It's going to complain though. It's not going to like this. It was okay with that. Huh. There is. So auth user. In fact, I can even comment this out here, and it should return the name. Oops. So, trying to get a property of a non-object. Oh, request user. But I need, yeah, that part I need in here. So let's go yank, paste. All right. Ah. Now, let's take that out of there. Interesting. We're going to hack together our own middleware. Construct. And then, first off, is that going to break anything? Let's just make sure that it doesn't. Nope, works great. And then undefined variable user. Okay. Okay. Doesn't take any parameters, doesn't return any values. Fix a middleware call where the application pretends that the John Doe user is actually logged in. That solved that problem. Okay, what else do you expect to happen with auth? Is your HTTP GUI thing properly receiving and sending the session token again? That might have had some issues. It should be sending session data. This I am using a plugin that comes along with Postman to track IDs or the session ID and whatnot, and cookies in general. But right now I'm working on a project that has some specific requirements, and user authentication and authorization is not one of the core requirements. And since I'm relatively new to Laravel, figuring that out right now tonight is beyond the scope of said project. So I just needed some hacking in there. As in a session ID as a cookie, alright, yeah. So yeah, oh boy, I haven't looked at my chat in a while. So yeah, I understand that there's like an authorization, authentication uh, deal associated with Laravel, and I'm probably going to get to that maybe even as soon as this weekend. But for the time being, I have like two these little mini projects I got to get done by Thursday because Christmas is coming around. So I'll just put a little asterisk when I submit this code sample. Oh, by the way, I never did implement authorization or authentication. The application just assumes that you're logged in as user with ID 0 or 1. So we'll worry about that later. Well, that takes care of a problem. It's a workaround, kind of a hacky workaround, but it works. Is there a way to get a cookies? I believe so. Is it here? No, it's not that. It's somewhere around here. I'd have to look. So, okay. I think I'm at a good space for tonight. We got that one problem. That was going to be the one that's going to drive me up the wall. Everything else I need to do for this particular project, I know exactly what I need to do, so it's just a matter of doing it. I've got the framework for the REST API set up, and then from there it's just a matter of setting up the views so that the front end could actually go in there and manipulate the data. And we got a pretty good database table layout too. All professional. I'm actually kind of proud of that one. That one I probably overdid it a tad. I don't know if it was absolutely necessary to set up a separate table for the states, but it basically allows for the states to be customizable without having to change the code for the application, which is nice. I think I'm good for tonight. We'll pick this up tomorrow and we'll finish it up. I got all the hard work done too. The rest is just setting up API calls. I'm happy. Okay. Yeah, I have actually been going through a couple of Laracasts, Scrub Lord McBad. Um, I have a lot to go through. I do have experience with Symphony, so I mean, there's a lot of Laravel that's just basically restructured Symphony, which makes things easier for me to pick up. I just had to like figure out the exact commands to run to set up the models and all that. And Eloquent is kind of like a new ORM for me, so there's been some learning curve associated with that as well too. But like the things like the response objects and the controllers and all of the MVC layout type of things that's associated with the that's going to be associated with the core functionality of this application challenge. Um, it's going to be cake. It's just going to be like uh, setting up doing the queries of the model, translating that into the appropriate type of array data, and then returning as JSON data. And that'll be my REST API. And the front end will take that REST API and dynamically generate um, HTML based off of that JSON data via JavaScript and Bootstrap and other fun stuff. And boom. That makes me very happy. Oh, yes, don't want to forget the most important part of any software development cycle. It has been pushed. I think I'll go ahead and. Yeah, Scrubblord McBad. Sounds like a lot of work to do, huh? It won't be. It won't be. We're not talking like more than, you know, the JSON data is going to be really easy to slap together. And then the view in the front end is, we're not talking about an extraordinarily massive application, just something that gets the job done and does it in a structured manner. So I'm not making sure that it doesn't look like slapped together, PHP. So it's probably taking me a little bit longer than it would normally be, just because I'm trying to make sure that it looks like a good project to send in. But I just want to kind of like, this is like today was just getting the groundwork, laid out, setting up the uh, setting up all the different um, derp. Setting up all the different models and tables that underlie the models and whatnot. So, yeah, the rest is going to be pretty easy. So, Small tip with API, if you flat out return a model instance or collection from your controller, automatically assume you're making an API and convert the data to JSON. Yeah, that is a good point, Scrub Lord. I am aware of that, but I think I'm going to take control of the mapping just to be kind of explicit about that. We're not talking about complex data structures, and I hate relying on implied behaviors. I mean, it's sometimes it's a necessary evil, and sometimes it's not that big of a deal. But in this particular case, usually when I'm grabbing table from a database and convert that to an API call, I put a mapper or even just like a simple mapping function in between that just to kind of make sure that the data that I'm sending to the front end is exactly the data that I want it to send. So it is what it is. Alrighty, well, I'm gonna go ahead and bring the stream to a close. I appreciate everybody participating in chat, and I apologize. I don't. I'm bouncing between like five different windows. I'm running Linux, and so I'm doing the virtual desktop thing. So my chat windows aren't always like in focus or in a place where I can see them because I have different things in different windows and different desktops and whatnot. Uh, so sometimes like I'll be working. If I'm focused on the code here, I'm not seeing what's going on over here because that's in my blind spot. But I try to get back to chat whenever possible. If I don't, respond right away, it's not because I'm ignoring you. It's just because I just haven't seen you yet. So I will catch you later, though. And thank you very much. Yeah, I'll have this done by tomorrow for sure.